There's a guy in a kayak just behind you, Sarah. There's two. Be careful, I'm new to this. Is this working? It's been so long since we vlogged. No, please go, please go, please go. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, fully aware, it's been like 3 months since we recorded anything for the vlog, but today we're somewhere special. We're at Hatta Dam. We're going to take you with us, and tonight we're going to go to a place called Hidden Dubai. Wife? Yeah. Hidden Dubai? Cool. Before carrying on, I thought I'd give you a little bit more context as to where Hatta Dam is in relationship to where we live in Dubai. So I've got my trusty iPad, and I'm just going to hit screen record here and quickly show you. So on the screen, what we're about to see is the UAE. And we're still not well travelled in the UAE. We've done Abu Dhabi, we went to Al Ain for a rugby tournament, but this trip specifically has made us want to travel more around the UAE. So you can see the blue dot is where we are. And if you're new to the channel, we live about 5 minutes inland from the Burj Khalifa in downtown. That's where we live, that's where that dot is. So if I just click this and show you where Hatta Dam is, it's an hour-and-a-half drive away from where we live. And if I zoom out a little bit, give you some more context and hit directions, we actually decided to take a little bit of a stop at a place called The Farm at Al Barari. And that's actually like 2 minutes away from my office. And if you are thinking about moving out here and looking for a space to work, if that video is of interest, I know this is largely a family channel and we're trying to do stuff very targeted around families thinking about relocating. If you want to know more about office space and where to work, co-working spaces, dedicated spaces, I've done all that research over the last 8 weeks. Got myself a desk at a place called Nasab. If that's of interest, let me know in the comments and I can share that, costings and all that good stuff. So one thing worth noting is just the drive out to Hatta Dam was pretty fun. Kind of going out of the high rises that you can see behind me here into just the pure desert. It does remind you that you are in the desert. So within like 15 minutes of hitting the roads, you are just amongst sand dunes. When we arrived, we got to the car park and we got the trusted Yeti box, which is our cool box that we got delivered. We're getting good use out of that. And trust me, it works. We've had it for 4 hours on the beach and it does keep everything inside it ice cold. And from the car park, we got put onto a free RTA bus, which was one of the big coaches. And that took us one stop forward. And then we got off that onto some mini shuttle buses that then took us up towards Hatta Dam. The whole trip from like start to end, from like getting out the car to the top of Hatta Dam, you're probably looking at no more than 15 minutes. You can walk, depending on which car parking space you're at. I think there was 3 car parking spaces from all the way back. It's a 24-minute walk to the top of the hill, or from the closest car park, I think it was only 11 minutes. So you can walk if you want to. We got a shuttle bus because we didn't know how much walking we'd be doing, and that put us to the top of Hatta Dam. And at the top of the hill, we saw some spots to buy some food and a place called Hatta Kayak, which is where you buy your tickets for any of the boat trips you want to do on the dam itself. We've just bought a 300 AED ticket to a donut boat. We're about to go and do that now. There's a 40-minute wait. Wait there. Don't have a license for this. There's a guy in a kayak just behind you, Sarah. There's 2. Be careful, I'm new to this. Let me just put this on here. This doesn't connect. I'm just going to hold it. So, this is our donut boat, and we're currently at Hatta Dam. Firstly, the reason we haven't vlogged much in the last sort of 3 months is life, work, and everything's been in the way. But we are doing a wrap up to 6 months living in Dubai. So if you do have any questions of what it's, I need to pay attention. If you do have any questions of what it's like to live here, drop in the comments of this video, because me and Sarah and the boys, if there's any questions for the boys, we'll get to all those questions in a video that we drop after this one. But right now, we're going to show you some beautiful panoramic shots of the Hatta Dam from our very luxurious donut boat. What do you guys think so far?
Yeah, I like it. I want to see fish though. Tell me off for you.
Is that better?
It's making a noise.
No, it's still going, just feels a bit slower now, doesn't it? That's okay. It's not a speedboat. It's meant to be leisurely. There we go. You steer us.
Okay, let me just... Can you make it go faster? This way! I just want to like go forward to the mountain. Same. Okay, that's where we're going.
Can you start, please?
I'm not doing anything.
No, Dad, I expect me to feel sick.
Same as me.
Oh, I feel sick as well.
That backfired, didn't it?
Why do you find this so hard? You've never drove a what?
A boat before, and you're not helping me. You just.
Oh my
Get my
gosh.
boots away. Oh my gosh. I think someone else needs to take over. I mean,
Someone needs to take
You can't just let go and move.
Let me.
What?
Stop,
No,
Reg.
sit-
Sit down. How am I supposed to
because I'm not safe, am I? We could be going anyway right now. Babe, you're not helping, are you?
No.
Daddy just...
I think I've done it. I'm natural now. Now I've got the hang of it. So I think I made probably quite a bold statement actually while we were on the boat. Could be one of my favourite days so far in Dubai. I've really enjoyed it. We started off with an amazing breakfast that I definitely will go back to that place again. That was food was yummy, cool chill vibes, and then like a really nice drive here, surrounded by mountains, completely different to like normal driving in Dubai. And then here again, just really relaxing, chill, perfect weather I think for this. I think if it had been any hotter, maybe not so enjoyable. So now we're going to go and explore what else is here, see what's next.
So as I'm pulling this edit together, I'm trying to work out what else should you know if you're thinking about heading up to Hatta Dam. So a couple more things. As we arrived to Hatta Dam, there was kind of a fork in the road. You could go left up towards the dam, or you could go right to what I believe it said Hatta hiking route, the right-hand side. So we went left. So up the dam, there's really two things that you can do. There's Hatta kayak, which is what we did. That's where you can rent boats, so small boats, bigger boats. Some of the boats, I think, you could get 25 people on. We actually saw one boat go by, which was very vibey. They had music on, which was pretty cool. And you can get the donut boat, and you can also get kayaks. So our boat had a time limit of 1 hour, which kind of worked out perfect, because when we went to the very end of where you can get to in the dam and came back, that was nearly bang on an hour in the donut boat. If you get a kayak, there is no time limit. So you can do the boat trips on the dam, and you can also walk along the dam itself. And I'd say they're really the two things to do when you go up to that side of Hatta Dam. That walk isn't long, by the way. I actually told Sarah, I said, if you guys grab a coffee, I'm going to lace up and I'm going to do a run. There is no way to run on that side of it. So it's like a 250, 300 meter walk. You walk down to the end of the dam, beautiful, stunning views, great place to get some photos and then walk back. And that's exactly what we did. If you think about managing your time, let's assume you wait half an hour for the boat trip. You spend an hour on the water. You're probably going to be done all in all up at that part of the dam in around 2 hours. And then all we did then was jump on the shuttle and head back down to the car park. And next time we go, we're going to turn right and head down the Hatta hiking trails. The boys were dying to climb a mountain, so we're going to lace up our boots and go and try and find the Hatta sign, which is kind of like the Hollywood sign, but obviously very different vibes. So from here, we hit the road, and that reminds me, the most Dubai thing or UAE thing, if there's anything that reminds you that you live in a desert, it's this. Yeah, what you just saw, I didn't believe it when I was driving. So I was driving and I saw a camel, and we've been spotting camels in the desert, but this thing decided to make its way onto the motorway. So if there's anything to remind you that you're in the middle of the desert, it's a camel walking into oncoming traffic. So our goal was to arrive at Hidden Dubai at about 4 p.m. And when you get there, you literally turn down a dirt path and you can see like a little fort. You can see the word hidden, you know you're there, and it is surrounded by sand dunes. So naturally, we had to climb up the sand dunes because the boys wanted to go and play. And as we climbed up the sand dunes, Sarah got panicky because she could see the car park filling very quickly. So we made our way down and went into Hidden Dubai. A couple of things that you should know if you're thinking about visiting. Firstly, get there for 4 p.m. Like the difference between 4 and say 4:30 or 4:45 could mean you waiting, I'm going to assume, hours in a queue. We managed to get in and grab a table, but by the time we had sat down and after I'd spotted one very important thing. Just spotted something.
What did you notice?
Well, this is the place.
Yeah. Table for four.
Table for four, ma. But that's so far. I can arrange table here or.
By the time I'd had that sip of beer, I looked back and the queue was already back into the car park. So if you are thinking about visiting, make sure that you actually get there for 4 p.m. to make sure you get a great seat. So what do you need to know about Hidden Dubai? So firstly, the vibe is awesome. So when you get there, you can grab a table and there's 2 different food options really. You can order off the menu around the table where we sat, which is basically burgers, chicken burgers, and some sweet stuff like Nutella brownies and pistachio brownies, which was absolutely fantastic, by the way. The pistachio brownie, definitely try it if you're going. Or if you go to the other side, which is by the beer, you can actually take part in the evening shows. So there's a place to get a full barbecue. It worked out, I believe it was around 110 dirhams per adult and 55 dirhams or 70 dirhams per child. I took a photo of the menu. I'll stick that on the screen. And that basically gets you access to the barbecue, a camel ride, because there was a couple of camels there. And there's some really nice seating, or you can get VIP seating, which is slightly more elevated, which you might be able to see in the camera. But it depends on what the vibe you're going for. Me, Sarah, and the boys wanted to go there and cook marshmallows. So we ended up staying where we were sat. We ordered some food. Me and Sarah had the Philly cheesesteak, and the boys had a kids' meal. And by the way, in terms of value, the food was inexpensive. To get the barbecue pit lit up, it was 65 dirhams. And then the marshmallows themselves were 15 dirhams for like 8 or 10 marshmallows. We got 2 rounds of that. So all in all, we spent probably a good 2.5 hours there. The whole family was fed. We had the fire turned on. We had marshmallows. We had hot drinks. We had some brownies. And the whole thing cost no more than 350 dirhams. I think it was exactly 347 dirhams. And I'll put the GBP and the USD on screen so you know what that means. And just to wrap up, as Sarah said earlier in the video, this is probably one of her favorite days in Dubai. I have to agree with that as well, because it's like such a contrast to like what's behind me here. Like look, like behind me here, we've got all of this. We've got all the high rises, tall buildings. And for me, like if we've got people visiting specifically, yes, you can go and do all the touristy bits. You can take them to like the mall, marina, JBR, Blue Waters, all that stuff. And by the way, all that is great, but you also want to do something different and get like a different contrast, a different vibe. And to be able to drive 90 minutes, do Hatta Dam, then drive over to like the Hidden Calf, watch the sunset, that's the experience that we're probably going to be taking everyone that comes out to visit us on, because it's such a great contrast to like what you experience here, which is high rises, busy roads. By the way, the traffic this time of year is absolutely ridiculous. I can cover that in a different video. But again, just to wrap up, it's been one of my favorite days. Great contrast to what it's like to be living in Dubai, and really put a fire under us to go and go, all right, there's all this stuff on our doorstep. Yes, we can go inland that way, but like what's in all the other Emirates? So next year for us, it's about adventuring as a family outside of everything that's behind me right now. And before I wrap up, I know it's been a few months since we did a vlog. I am super passionate about making content, but life has just got in the way over the last couple of months. But it's nearly been 6 months since we relocated to Dubai. We relocated on the 4th of July, and we're just heading into the end of the year right now. If you have any questions at all about what it's like to live in Dubai, we're going to do a 6 months in Dubai Q&A, our top tips, as well as answering any of your questions. So if you have anything at all, drop it in the comments of this video. As always, stay well, and I'll speak to you soon.